Yo, what's going on? It's your boy, Mr. Lil Cario, the bad boy of the dating game. What's good? You guys got to pardon me. I'm just getting over a cold. But anyway, so I got an email from a subscriber, and this subscriber sent the donation. So thanks for your donation. And remember, guys, if you want to guarantee that your question will be answered, make sure you click the link below and send a donation. All right, so this one, it's pretty long, right? So I'm going to, I'm not going to read the whole thing, but I'm going to read most of it, and there's parts in here where he sent me, like, their text message, I guess, chat, so I'm not going to go through all of that, but I'm going to get to the gist of this this email. So this one says, hey, I've been fat, 250 pounds for the past 9 years, but lost 35 pounds of fat, gained muscle, so now I'm at 180. I would just masturbate to porn and think older women would have to make the move just like in these porn videos. The goal is 160 pounds, and I would feel really confident. I am rushing things now because I'm getting old and not wasting time on anything, and I have a good 2 years left in me to experience more pussy. And now I feel good and dress well. At 180, I am getting eye contact from women of all ages, compliments on watches and bracelets I wear, and I'm told I'm handsome. I recently got into the dating game. Literally, I'm now 36 years old and have been working for 12 years. I grew up Catholic, in a Catholic background, and that sleeping with multiple women is bad. Grew up to have the respect women sort of mentality. I'm tired of living like this. I'm charming in the real world. So I've asked a 52-year-old woman. I'm lowering my standards to test out my dating skills from this casino where I gamble because I hear that older women are easy, and my friend, from my friend in internet stories, she gave me her number. She would say good morning via text. All right, so basically, throughout the rest of this email, he's talking about how they've been texting back and forth. They went out to go and get a drink or something like that. At one point, she said she doesn't drink, and then all of a sudden, when they were at the date, she was drinking. So he was like, "Oh, I found out she was lying about that." Also, they were sort of hanging out, and he tried to holler at her again to get together. And then she told him, hey, I think, you're too young to be with. Right? So now at the end of this email, he says, so here's a couple of questions. He's like, because he's saying that it didn't work out. He didn't get to smash and do anything. So he's like, where did I show weakness? He said, aren't cougars 50 plus supposed to make moves and be easy? He also says she is a 52-year-old Thai woman who have been living in the U.S. for 10 years, and some 50-year-old women, very traditional and just not looking to hook up with men 15 years younger, or was it just this particular one because she wasn't into me? Based on your experience, can some 50-year-olds have immature personalities, like stepping on your shoes repeatedly after you tell them to stop, and making cross-eyed faces, etc. on the first date? So she was doing that type of stuff. Did I just luck out, or was she did I just luck out, or was she just a crazy whack person outside the average spectrum of cougars who's supposed to act their age? He said, I've had this happen twice in a row already, but whenever I try to subtly try to isolate them, they would say, you just want me for sex, or I'm not looking for a quick hookup response. What is the solution, and where did I fuck up? When she said I was too young, what was a good comeback there? I Googled replies, but found all the replies weak and unmanly. Also, did she reject me when she said I was too young? Did less beautiful women ever reject you at some point? Not that I imagine you lowered your standards. If a 50-year-old woman said they don't drink, is this normally a lie and a means that they aren't into you? Do some women start acting friendly and outgoing towards others when they see you nearby? Anything else I'm missing out on? Okay. And he also says, I know I need to ask more women out. It sucks because it's killing my ego a bit. The fact that a 52-year-old, 6 out of 10-year-old rejected me. But deep down, I was hoping she would, to fuel the fire to make me work harder. Okay, so, man, guys. We got to get into this. All right, so, first of all, before I get into these questions that you asked, What I want to say is this, is that, you know, a lot of times what happens is that in the game, sometimes people like to go strictly off of generalizations and stereotypes, because your whole email is sort of like saying, well, this lady's a cougar, or older chick, so therefore, since she is this way, since this is who she is or whatever, that means she's going to act a certain way, right? Now, in the game, there are certain times you can make generalizations for certain things, but at the end of the day, you still have to understand that you're dealing with an individual. So, with understanding the generalizations, you still have to also understand that you're dealing with an individual. You see what I'm saying? So, for example, you could say, well, in general, younger girls will act this way and older women will act this way, or girls from this town or city usually act this way, or country act this way, and girls from this country act that way. But at the end of the day, when you interact with that one particular person, that one particular woman, you still have to understand that she's an individual. And see, this is the problem with the game, is that a lot of times dudes, they try to, understand the game just through the generalizations. See, the generalizations is just there as sort of like a guideline in certain situations, or like just a sort of like a base to start at. But you still have to interact with the person to see who they are underneath those generalizations. You see what I mean? You have to see the individual that you're dealing with. All right, now with that being said, let me get to some of these questions. So you said, where did I show weakness? So you first showed weakness by lowering your standards. That's where you showed weakness. By you first thinking, oh, I have to lower my standards, and your standards, your idea of lowering your standards was to get with this older MILF chick, or this older cougar, or whatever you want to call her. Right? So once you decided to lower your standards, that's when you showed weakness. You showed weakness within yourself because you weren't confident enough to go after what you really want. Now, when you're interacting with this woman, she can feel and sense that weakness. See, a lot of you guys, it's funny because I'll be trying to explain to you guys how important your vibe is and your energy is. And some dudes just don't get it. Women can tell these things. They can tell when you have that insecurity. A lot of dudes don't understand this. Picture this. Picture you're a woman. And let's say in this situation, the lady's like 50 something. Let's say you're a 50 something year old woman. You've been having dudes really hollering at you since you were 18, right? So that's decades of experience with guys trying to holler at you. You trying to tell me you're not going to be able to tell the difference between a guy who's confident and a guy who's insecure, a guy who's being authentic and a guy who's playing games? You think you're not going to be able to tell that with all of that experience dealing with dudes? You see what I'm saying? So what I'm saying here is you showed weakness by lowering your standards in the first place. Lowering your standards indicates that you have some sort of insecurity. And that insecurity shows and plays out when you're interacting with the woman. You understand what I'm saying? Next you asked, aren't cougars 50 plus supposed to make the moves and be easy? No. Again, this is what I'm saying. I don't know where you're getting these damn, I guess, stereotypes in general. I don't know where you got that from. But see, a lot of dudes think, that certain things are going to be easier or harder based off of the woman they're dealing with. So I heard a lot of guys say, oh, I'm going to deal with a chick who is below average because it's going to be easier to get her. Or they'll say it's harder to get a hot chick, which is nonsense. All right, first of all, whatever you think is hot, or the type of girl that you think is cute is your perspective. So, if you think it's going to be harder to get the hot girl or easier to get the below average girl or whatever, that's coming from you because you perceive that girl to be hot. The same girl you think is hot, I might think is not hot. So how is it harder to get her when you see her as a different type of chick where there's no fact that she's hot? There's no fact. So how is it harder to get a hot girl when there is no fact that a girl is hot? It's all opinion, right? That's one thing. So, I'm just pointing that out. Now, you talking about, this cougar, you're thinking, it's going to be easy, whatever like that. See, guys will think girls who are below average looking, of course, their opinion or whatever, girls who are fat, girls who are, women who are older, whatever, they'll think, well, this is easier because of these things. And the reason why it's not easier is because you're not dealing with women as like you're buying furniture or something, or you're at a store just picking out some object. You got to understand something. Women, just like you, have thoughts, desires, beliefs. They've been through certain things in their life. They've experienced certain things that make up, how they feel and what they feel about certain things. So you're thinking, I'm going to go to this below average chick or this cougar to and it's going to be easier because she is a cougar or whatever, right? You forget that based off of her, what she likes and what she wants in her life, that's the thing that can make it difficult. So, for example, you're thinking just because she's a cougar, it's going to be easy for you to get her because she's older and she's supposed to, quote unquote, make it easy. But let's say you're just trying to smash, but she's like, I'm trying to, get a boyfriend, and I'm not just trying to smash all these dudes. I've been smashing for 40 years and I'm going to take it slow with all of these guys. I'm not looking just for sex. I'm not going to be, doing this one night stand thing anymore. I'm 50 something years old, whatever, right? So that one thing that she believes and she feels can make it hard for you. But you don't know that. Now, I'm not saying all cougars think that. I'm just saying hypothetically, if that's what she's thinking, that could be the thing that makes it hard for you. You understand? Now, you said she's a 52-year-old Thai woman who has been living in the U.S. for 10 years. Are some 50-year-olds women very traditional and just not looking to hook up with men 15 plus younger? Or was it just this particular one because she wasn't into me? Well, to me, it just basically seemed like she wasn't really that into you, because she was saying that you're too young. Sometimes when women who are older say you're too young, that's sort of like the excuse they give to say, well, it's kind of like a nice way of trying to reject you. You understand what I'm saying? It is what it is. All right, and then you said, based on your experience, can some 50-year-olds have immature personalities, like stepping on your shoes repeatedly after you tell them to stop and making cross-eyed faces, etc. on the first date? Yeah. They can, some chicks can be immature, even if they're older. And some, older chicks can be mature. Again, this is why I keep saying that you have to look at the individual at the end of the day. You were saying, was she just crazy and a whack person outside the average spectrum of cougars who's supposed to act their age? Again, like I said, yeah, generally you're going to have older women who are going to be more mature, but again, you have to look at the individual. You see what I'm saying? You said, I've had this happen twice in a row already, but whenever I try to subtly try to isolate them for date number 2 via text, I would get the "you just want me for sex" or "I'm not looking for a quick hookup" response. What is the solution and where did I fuck up? See, and again, this is where a lot of you guys fuck up. Stop fucking going on these dates with women you just want to hook up with. Stop it. You understand? Because you're sending mixed signals. See, it's one thing if you go on a date with a chick, right? And y'all are chilling, y'all are hanging out, and you're building sexual tension, right? And that sexual tension leads itself into, making something happen. That's one thing, right? But what happens is that some of these girls, when they're dating you or they're on that date with you, what happens is that they see you as the type of guy they're just gonna sort of go on a date with. They're not like thinking necessarily or looking at you as the guy they want to fuck at the moment. They're just like, hey, I'm just sort of getting to know you. And the reason why they're interacting with you in that way is because you came at them in that way where you're just like, hey, I'm just trying to date and get to know you. So when you come at them like that, right? What happens is that once they feel you're trying to like smash and fuck them just, on some like, I just want to fuck you type of shit, then what happens is that they fall back and they're just like, yo, you just trying to fuck me. I thought we were going to like chill. You understand what I'm saying? But that's because it's the way that you came at them. You see what I mean? So there's a difference between you having the vibe of, yeah, we're just going to chill, and then it naturally turns into some sexual tension shit, and then it goes on from there, versus if you're like, hey, we're just going to chill and do this date, and then on the date, you seem like you're fiending to fuck her, and you're, you know what I'm saying? Like you have that energy like you're thirsty. It's two different things. You see what I'm saying? And so that's what could have happened. So what I'm saying to you and to other guys, when you're dealing with these chicks and you want to fuck, you want to hook up, you want to hook up, you're not trying to go on a bunch of dates and, spend a whole bunch of time with this chick, just let her know you want to hook up. And either she's going to be down or not. Because now what happens is you're wasting time. See, a lot of you guys think in order to hook up, you have to go through sex. In order to hook up, you have to go through dates. I said through sex. You think in order to hook up, you have to go through dates. You don't have to do that. Tell the chick you want to hook up. Either she's going to be down or not, because now you're wasting time going on the date thinking I need to warm her up or butter her up to sex. And this is why you're not having sex. You understand? You guys are scared of rejection. You guys are scared of not getting a girl. Fuck that. It's better for her to reject you now than to reject you later. You understand? So at least you don't waste no time. You said, you asked, when she said I was too young, what's a good comeback here? I Googled for replies, but found all the replies weak and unmanly. Oh my goodness. So you're Googling for how to reply to a chick. Now, I understand you're Googling and stuff and you're trying to figure this out, but I'm gonna tell you guys the real shit. And this is what I've been basically saying for the past decade, and basically on almost every goddamn video I've ever done, if you've been listening and noticing, right? This is the problem here. I'm going to talk about the problem, and I'm going to talk about what you really need to do. The problem is, the reason why a lot of you guys are having issues in the game is because you're looking and searching for lines, formulas, tricks, gimmicks. You're looking for these things to get you to acquire the woman, right? Instead of working on yourself to become the man who women find attractive. You understand? So when you become that guy women find attractive, you'll know what to say. You'll say the things you need to say in order to get her. Now, see, I'm not saying that you can't have lines and certain things to say, but the lines and certain things you say should be stuff coming from you. So you can use the same lines and stories and all this other stuff that you've used before, but it should be from you. Meaning that when you're out here practicing talking to women and interacting with girls, what's going to happen is you're going to see a whole bunch of different patterns, and you're going to start to notice, certain things coming up consistently. Once you realize those things are coming up consistently, you sort of have like a comeback for those things. The comeback should be coming from you naturally. Now, if you said something to a woman, in response to whatever she said, and it worked, then you can try that again if that situation arises with another girl. So let's say the situation arises with another girl, you say it again. You can say that same line, but guess what? The line's coming from you. The reason why I'm saying you don't want to Google and get some random line or random pickup lines or any this other goofy shit is because what happens is if you're looking for lines, right? Those lines, in a lot of cases, are not consistent with who you represent yourself to be or who you are. You understand what I'm saying? So, let's say, for example, I'm just using this as like a broad example. Let's say if, for example, you come off as a really laid back, chill, type of guy, right? Then you're looking up some pickup line or something to say in certain situations. Now, let's say this line is a line that would make you look like a super hyper, crazy, energetic type of person or whatever, right? That's not going to be congruent with that cool, calm, collected, chill type of vibe you have, right? Because it's not from you, so it doesn't really fit. So this is why I'm saying you guys got to go out there, talk to girls, interact with girls, go back and forth, because the things you need to say and the things you need to do to get the success will come to you through doing it. See, the reason why y'all having trouble is because y'all don't want to put in the work to do the shit in order to make yourself better. See, a lot of y'all are attacking the game like, let's say if the game was like working out or trying to get fit in the gym or whatever. Most dudes, they don't want to go in the gym, work out, sweat, lift weights, do cardio, eat right. They don't want to do that shit. You know what most dudes want to do in a game? They want to take the pill that's going to make them lose weight. They want to buy that little ab thing they put on their stomach that fucking pumps their stomach and it's supposed to give you abs. That's what y'all doing. And this is why you're not really getting the success you need. All right? Man, now, you also asked, did less beautiful women ever reject you at some point? And you said, not that I can imagine you lowering your standards. Yes, less beautiful women have rejected me, and I have lowered my standards before. This is why I'm telling you the stuff I'm telling you. And it doesn't make it easier for you. Lowering your standards wastes your time, and it's not really doing anything for you. You understand? So, the thing I want to just say is this, because basically I want to end it with this, is that you need to go out there and go after the woman you want. Practice interacting with these women. Understand the game when it comes to stuff on a general sense, but also remember you are always dealing with an individual. So, no matter what someone says, they'll say, guys will say, oh, girls who go to clubs usually do this. Yeah, that might be true. But guess what? If you're in a club, you still have to peep out her individual characteristics. You understand? So you might say, oh, well, cougars do this, or cougars usually do that. Now, while some of that might be true, when you're dealing with the cougar, peep out her individuality. That's what we're saying here. And then once you do that, you will be better in the situations you're in, and you'll get these things going. You feel what I'm saying? So that's pretty much it. Guys, if you have any questions, make sure you click the link below, and I'll holler at you later. Remember, the truth is inside you. Peace. I'm gone. Now, before you turn off this video, I want you to do 3 quick things. 1, I want you to click the link below to send me a question. If you have a question on dating and relationships, I'll make a video about it. 2, I want you to click the link under that to get my free audio program, Undeniable Game, which teaches you 7 easy to follow tips on how to really attract beautiful women. And 3, I want you to click the link under that one to go to Bad Boy Membership, where you get 45 through 90-minute audio and video dating advice tutorials every month.
What's up? It's dating and life coach Mr. Locario. Go to badboymembership.com and master the dating game by joining my Bad Boy Membership program. In this program, you'll receive 45 through 90-minute, easy to follow, step-by-step dating advice tutorials that's guaranteed to help you attract, date, and have sex with beautiful women. Join the Bad Boy Membership today by going to badboymembership.com. That's badboymembership.com.